Welcome to Brother Owl's Garden. My name is Brian, and I honor your presence here today. Today, let's talk about simplicity and how to simplify your life. Simplicity is a high wisdom, and the more simply you can live, the more wisely you will live. Now, in regards to simplifying your life, there's basically three dimensions that you can think of in regards to how you can apply this principle of simplification. The first one that we'll talk about is your possessions, your physical material items that you own. For many of us, it's just way too much, and a lot of us are aware of that, but haven't really resolved it yet. And a lot of us don't even realize how excessively we're living with materialism and simply owning too many things because it's normal for us, it's all we've known. But I can assure you that after a really good, thorough purge and simplification in the realm of your possessions, you're going to feel lighter and better, and you're going to feel it right away. The reason why you're going to feel better and feel lighter is because as you give away and get rid of your possessions, you free yourself from the burden that they have on you. Because in fact, we think that we own things, but in fact, things own us. So it works both ways. Everything that we own has an emotional burden, a psychological weight, and you could say it occupies real estate in our mind. This is for everything that we own. There's that price to pay for it. So, I mean, I'm not advocating to, put everything that you have ever owned out onto the curb and go live in a cave, because that's not the answer. But I am encouraging you, of your own volition, to find your own balance in lightness and living freely and lightly. And one of the things that is hampering us from doing that is that we own too many things. So purge, simplify. I can remember several years ago when I did it. And, in the beginning it was a little bit scary, but I realized it had to be done. I had accumulated too much, and I just felt like I was swimming around in all of my possessions. And, the overwhelming majority of them were not crucial. They were not critical to own. So I began to take stock of everything that I owned, and I realized that I was restructuring the whole platform of how I was living, especially in the modern world, particularly in the West, but I don't want to blame only the West. It's the modern society's way of living. We think that having is the pinnacle. Having is what it's all about. When in fact that's the last thing in the pyramid, in the hierarchy of living. And I came to realize very consciously that my soul said, enough of this. I'm tired of being relegated out to the periphery. I'm tired of getting third and fourth billing in your life. I am King Soul. I rule this life, and I'm going to exert my authority now. And it basically showed up as realizing that life is made up of three different facets. Those are, in the order of their importance and priority, they are being, and then experiencing or doing, and then lower down here is having. Being, doing, and having. So it sort of just unfolded to me that I should only be having the things that are essential for the experiencing and the doing, which serve the ends of my being. The ends of my being, of course, being spiritual purification, ascension, and awakening. So whatever things are crucial for that or simply can't be let go of, there are such things, I will keep them, and every other thing has got to go. Otherwise, how am I going to clear space within me? Because when you purge things, when you purge stuff, you'll find that you're actually clearing space within you into which energy will rush back in, because it used to be getting squandered and diverted in the possessing of things and the burden that they carry, which we're not even aware of. It's like a latent program running in the background that we don't even think of. We're not conscious of it, but I assure you it's happening. It's weighing on you now. It's why your neck and shoulders are kind of stiff. I know these things from experience, so I'm speaking from my experience. So a lot of times when I say you, I really mean we, us. Now, so I realize the hierarchy of living: being, doing, and having. So let's start at the bottom of the pyramid there. Having only what serves and is necessary for the experiencing or the doing. And only the experiencing and doing which serve my being. So every other thing you can get rid of. Now, what do I mean by get rid of? Well, you can donate it, you can give it away to friends, you can sell it, you can recycle it for its materials, whatever you choose to do. It's all your choice. But if you want to get a double whammy blessing, I highly encourage you to simply and freely, with no conditions or terms whatsoever, give all of it away. Give. You can turn this process of simplifying your life into a double blessing in the form of giving, which will in turn bounce back and bless you as well, of course. If you need to sell things and you're willing to go through the hassle that's involved in that, listing them online or having a yard sale or whatever it is, up to you. And then you can do whatever you want with that money. It's all up to you. It's your free will. But I encourage you to, flip this into a double blessing. As far as, well, it's overwhelming, my whole house is just full of stuff, all this. Okay, so divide your house into sections. Or if you have a lot of rooms, then divide it into rooms. Or if that's still too much for you, then divide it into closets, basement, storage, attic, whatever it is that applies to your living situation. And also, as you begin this undertaking, observe how the way you keep your house is a direct reflection of the state of your mind, and also how your house is kept, the way that it impacts the state of your mind, because it's a two-way exchange. It's a two-way mirror there. The way you keep your house is a reflection of the state and wellness of your mind, and also the state and wellness of your mind is affected by the way you keep your house. So chicken and egg there, okay? Divide it up into sections and tackle one section at a time. Whatever amount of section is works for you. It could be a closet over a weekend, or it could be a whole room a day. It's up to you. Pick up literally every single object you own, look at it, and ask the question, is this essential for my priorities in life? And you will define what they are. I've told you how I viewed it, but you will define them for yourself. If you have to think about it and deliberate it for more than 1 second, put it in the donation box. Because if it's something that is absolutely off the table, cannot be gotten rid of, you'll know immediately. Okay? I'm also going to encourage you to purge till it hurts. Why do I say that? Because when it starts to be difficult and challenging, even a little bit sad or painful, when you feel that attachment being torn a little bit in you, you know that you're really you're cutting close to the quick, as we say. You're really at the edge of the bone there. That's where you want to be. You're really being efficient and thorough and marvelous if you can feel that kind of and I can't tell you where that is for you, that zone. You know that. You'll feel it. And when you feel that this is difficult, but I'm going to do it anyway, after you've done it, mark my words, you will feel as if you've lost 20 pounds of weight on your shoulders. Your neck will start to loosen up. Everything will start to feel better. You might even catch a little high over it, because it is a wonderful, wonderful, and exhilarating feeling if you're really doing it right. So that's the realm of possessions, purging your stuff. The other realm is your personal commitments. How many things are you obligated and committed to in your life that maybe are not serving you or are kind of a waste of your sacred energy, time, and space, and etc.? How many can you withdraw from? Now, I know some of you have children and you got to run them to practice and all this kind of stuff, and I know that's just salute to all the parents, dads, moms, whoever is shouldering that burden. Salute to you. I honestly don't know how you do it all, so I really salute you for that. But are there things in your life that this just isn't bearing enough fruit for me? I would actually rather not have this commitment anymore. Can you withdraw from it? Then do. Delegate it out, withdraw, resign, stop, whatever it is. You need downtime. You need me time. You need undefined personal time to do absolutely nothing, or whatever you want to fill it with. But please remember that you don't need to fill it. Emptiness is full. Maybe you need a little more emptiness in your schedule. Maybe you need to lighten your load. So take stock of your commitments and see which ones you could do without, and do without them. They're probably going to be the minor, small ones, but collectively they can add up and make a difference. And I think that it's going to lead to you feeling better. If you're getting a lot out of your commitments, though, then you want to keep them. I'm talking about the ones that just aren't worth it. Let them go. The third one can be a little bit dicey. Relationships. Now, I'm not saying cut yourself off in a mean and nasty way from people who are tacitly involved in your life or who generally come around once in a while. And, I'm not saying to get rid of people. I'm not saying to cut off from society and go live in a hole somewhere. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is take stock, again, take inventory of your own sacred energy and how much of it are you willing to keep investing in relationships that really are not so meaningful. You don't feel meaningful to that person doesn't really feel meaningful to you. Yeshua said, love one another as I have loved you. But he didn't say like one another as I have liked you. So, we don't all like each other. We don't all have to all be friends all the time. It's impossible. It's delusional, actually. So, budget your energy and your time and your inner space that you are allowing and allotting to other people. Most of us just have a very few true blue, genuine, bosom buddy friends. And the rest are kind of just, acquaintances on a friendly basis, that could end at any time if there was a disagreement or something like that. They're not really super strong relationships. Which of these could you simply stop feeding? And it wouldn't make much difference in your life as far as letting that relationship go, or just not concerning yourself with that relationship too much. Keep the good ones. Definitely manage them, cultivate them, keep those people well fed with your energy and your presence and your time and your attention. For sure, they're precious, priceless people to have in your life. But the next few layers out, budget your energy. A lot of it will come back to you in these three realms. And I think that if you can work on each of these three realms, even simultaneously, you're going to feel refreshed, rejuvenated, renewed, and wonderful. Because simplicity is wisdom. We complicate our lives unnecessarily. Let's uncomplicate them. These are the three realms that I recommend you take a good long look at. And the first one you can start with is the possessions. Then examine your commitments. Then examine your relationships. Or if you can juggle them all at the same time, good on you. So simplify, simplify, simplify. That's our message for today. I hope that you can embrace it and that it helps you. And I hope that my offering of this advice is useful to you. Thanks again for stopping by Brother Owl's Garden, and I encourage you to abide in thankfulness for your highest good in the most benevolent outcome of the divine will.